10 seconds.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Texaspete YouTube channel. We are at the last round of the North Carolina Hare Scramble series today. Mid-pack start, you can see in 250 Open A class we had a pretty big class today. There is actually a total of 13 guys out here. So just trying to play it smart at the beginning. It's a little bit dusty out here. This is in Taylorsville, North Carolina at a public riding area. As you can see by the title of this video, we are at Brushy Mountain Motorsports Park. Actually coming through the parking lot here into the infamous hill climb. First lap, there's a lot of leaves out here, sticks and rocks and stuff everywhere. It's a little bit sketchy. And today, I'm on my 2019 YZ250F. I believe the Kawasaki right in front of me is going to be Jeffrey Franklin. And right in front of him, we have Caden Childers. I want to say he's on a YZ125 by the sound of it. Some new trail out here today. If you are riding here as a public riding area, probably won't get into some of the trail that they run on the course today. Pretty cool. There is a motocross track on this property, however, due to issues in the past with jumps and stuff in the hare scrambles, I believe that's probably the reason why they have decided to not run the motocross track. Running around down next to the creek here. A little creek. This is a new piece of trail I never ran before. Probably raced this property a good bit over the past few years. So it's always interesting to see some new trail. Great conditions out here today. It was a little bit dusty in a few spots, but overall there was great. See Caden letting Jeffrey by. Not exactly sure which position we're in at the moment. I have to go back and track it, but I know there's a good 4+ guys in front of me. I do want to mention, with this being the last round of the Hare Scramble series for North Carolina Hare Scramble, there was some points battles. So in my class, for example, me and Noah Tankersley were tied for first place. So this round is winner take all, depending on how we finish. Makes things a little bit interesting, and it's definitely motivating to try to put your best possible race in today. This is not one of my greatest tracks, but we'll see how it plays out. Kind of following Caden through here on his Yamaha. There's a good bit of trail that's pretty fast, and then there's some more technical trail as well, so it's a nice mix. Pretty sure some of the front runners at the moment were Bradley Chapman, Dylan Cohen, know they were up there towards the front. Shout out to Aiden Marshall, racing in 250A for his second time, I want to say. He was in my class at Denver, and he lined up next to me on the right side today. Usually race 250B, but he's been moving up. Shout out to Aiden. That YZ125 struggling on the hill here. Maybe we'll be able to get somebody in the next few miles. Try to work her way up to the front. There's some alternate lines in this trail right here. Definitely a good passing spot if you had the courage to go through the trees quick enough. With the big hills up and down, there's definitely water breaks like these spread throughout. Try to prevent a lot of the erosion to tear up the trail. Big bike track's usually about 6-7 miles. I can't remember the exact distance, but I do remember the race promoter, John Jordan, talking about how he went out here and took a leaf blower to the trail and blew about 2 miles of leaves off. Definitely some spots that were still covered, and that's probably more for the mini bikes in the morning so they don't crash and die, but we have to do some trailblazing out here. Things get a little bit interesting up here. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. Got a little bit of a longer video for you here. Rounding out this season with solid GoPro kind of highlights from the 2-hour race. Definitely some interesting content spread throughout, so keep your eyes peeled. Taking a look back there to see who is behind me. Probably not the best strategy, but sometimes it's good to know. I've never ridden with Caden Childers here. He is there letting me by. But I have raced a couple times with his older brother Eli. Eli's super quick. I believe he's on a 250 two-stroke Yamaha now. Check this out. That one's gotta hurt. Got the Kawasaki going down. Probably in some roots under the leaves there. This section right here was very interesting. Kind of gradually going up and up, and some big roots in there. A little more technical for sure. And there was a down tree right there. Kind of had me hesitate there for a second. And just trying to figure out where to go through here. You can see the arrows, the red arrows, but a lot of leaves. Definitely a little bit confused. And you'll see some commotion going on. So you got 3 bikes coming in from the left. Almost running into Brandon Wyatt here from the AA row. But yeah, trail definitely went to the right. I'm glad these guys came in at the same time I did, so that I kind of knew where to go and not make the same mistake as them. But there was some guys from AA, some guys from 250A that were coming back. They had went up there, turned around, came back down. So I want to say that I am actually up near the front of 250A at this point because of those mistakes. Yeah, I'm either first, second, or third at the worst. Brandon's not in my class here, number 84 right in front of me. He's super quick. He's just trying to regain himself here, most likely, from his mistakes. Really rocky section here and there. A lot of hidden booby traps here under the leaves. These rocks will just make your front tire go wherever they want to, and next thing you know, you'll be on the ground. Trying to maybe learn something here from Brandon. Getting kicked around here a little bit by the stumps and roots and stuff. But it doesn't take too long for him to get away from me. Some of the other people in the class today, we had Doug McCarson. I know Doug is a sometimes AA rider. Definitely put on a good ride out here today. We'll see a little bit of him later on in the video. Scott Donaldson, didn't know he was out here, but just realized that. And we got Thomas Ramos, Dale Brown, shout out to Trackside Church, Dale and his son Colton Brown, Matt Moorfield, Dakota Howard, and as I mentioned earlier, Jeffrey Franklin. Also some of the other guys I talked about earlier, Bradley Chapman, Caden Childers, Dylan Cohen, and Noah Tankersley. Aiden Marshall. Shout out Armored Graphics, Team Armored. Aiden works for Armored, and he makes t-shirts. Pretty dope. If you want some custom stuff, check him out. Send him a DM or something. Coming down the mountain, you hear some brakes squeaking and stuff. I was really hoping that I was going to catch up to my little brother, Ray Newton. He was in AA today. But I never did catch up to him. He's been putting in some good rides on his white C250F. He's got the same bike as me, but he's definitely feeling the flow to a certain extent. Still first lap, so I was definitely trying to make sure that I didn't crash. I don't want to go to the back of the class and have to pass a bunch of people unnecessarily. I don't even know if that's a word. Another kind of rocky section here. Still real hairy, with the leaves everywhere. Gotta be careful. We got Dakota Howard coming by. He's going full send. If you pay attention here off this jump. Oh, he definitely almost crashed big time. You also got Robert Hancock coming from AA. He was caught up in that on that hill climb that went the wrong direction. But he's just trying to work his way back up. He's not in direct competition with me, but it's cool to see those guys out here. Got to talk to Robert after the race. Can't remember what we talked about, but it's good to see you. I am making this voiceover a good bit after the race. We're in December now, and this race was like maybe October or something. Sorry about the delay. Just been real busy. We got finals next week. About to graduate college. This was definitely a nice open spot here. Hit these jumps and come out to mountain top ridge. Cut some trees down. Hop back in the woods. A little bit tighter here. Nothing like navigating through some trees. Almost halfway through. Definitely coming closer to the end of the first lap. Some of those guys are taking off now for sure. Brandon Lyons checked out. Don't really know what's going on behind me at this point, but I'm sure there's a good bit of guys just trying to keep up the pace. I don't know if anybody's noticed that the blue light on the left side of my handlebars has been on for this video and maybe another one as well. I've been trying some different maps, just the tune, the computer tune on the bike, how the ignition with the fuel and the power and everything. Yamaha is actually pretty cool. You can store 2 different maps and you can switch between them on the handlebars right there. This was probably the rockiest section in the race, what we just came through. That was really technical. You had to be super careful. Just did not know what was going on underneath those leaves. Downhill's had some different lines in it. I'm not too sure which one was the best way to go, but you can either cut through like this or kind of stay further to the left and jump in later. All about the same. Some older trail here. You can see some ruts and stuff from past races. There's definitely been some real muddy runs at Brushy Mountain, getting more towards in the fall in prior years and whatnot. Those can always be real tough, especially with the hill climbs and stuff. Definitely a highlight of a race. If you keep your eyes peeled here, and you'll see I just went the wrong way. We got Dakota realizing that. There's Noah. We're all trying to figure out what the heck is going on. I decided to follow Dakota, and he had it figured out, so we got back on track there pretty quickly. I don't know about the rest of the guys, what kind of happened back there, but I did notice that I didn't hear any bikes behind me for a little bit, so some people might have got stuck right there for a hot minute. It's going to come down to the scoring area, jump across the bridge. Got lap 2 here. We got Brandon sitting on the side. And there's Dakota. We kind of came together a little bit right there. My little brother told me that Dakota just hasn't been racing for a long time. He's been moving up through the classes pretty quickly. Shout out to him. He's definitely got some great raw speed, talented rider for sure. That hill climb's always pretty fun. Trying to ring it out. This downhill right here was pretty rough. You had to be cautious, otherwise you might end up crashing. Saw a couple of guys stall their bikes, and even Bradley Chapman, not on that hill, but this one right here, he said he went over the bars at the bottom. This is not a forgiving track to make mistakes on. Had my cheering squad there. Shout out to Brian Newton and Ashley. Got the pit board and all. Out supporting. So we got Dakota coming back around. We took a nice hot line there on the left side. And you notice that the video is going to start skipping around here and there after the first lap just to show you some highlights of the rest of the race. Don't want to miss anything too important, but don't want you to have to sit around and watch an hour of video to get that. I don't know, maybe you do want to watch an hour of video, but I don't want to edit an hour video. Sorry. But see how long we can stick with Dakota here. He's got something going on. So he's gonna let us by. I heard that he had a flat front tire, I want to say. That'll definitely throw you off big time. So he's having to take it easy. Probably kind of messed up his race. Yeah, it looks like he got 12th out of 13, so most likely didn't finish. If you're able to cut left on that horseshoe turn there, you can actually jump in right here. Nice little hot line I never took. Did get passed on that line one time though. Just trying to keep the pace up. Pretty fun track once you get in the groove. And as the race goes on, some of the leaves get out of the way and some of the turns get burned in a little better. Coming up this hill for the second time around. Didn't really make any mistakes on it, so it's not necessarily a comparison of whether I went up it better this time or better the first time, but just kind of getting through it. Wow, we got Brandon flying by. I know he was at the checkered flag there at the end of the first lap, making some adjustments. I believe his front brake lever got tweaked. It might have been his clutch lever, one or the other. Just trying to get those straight. Yeah, once he got that figured out, he was zooming. Got a nice alternate line going to the right there. I didn't really see that. Somebody else did. Yep, we got Noah coming by. He's trucking right along. This turn right here was easy to kind of blow. I saw a few guys going wide on that. This section here is a little bit sketchy coming down. Kind of different levels to it. Way able to drop off here and there. 51. I think his name's Callum Goodman from the AA class. Been out there to their place before to ride. Appreciate it, sir. Skipped ahead a good bit here. You can see me letting Doug McCarson by. At this point, I did not know Doug was in my class because I've seen him in some other classes before, like AA, maybe in pro. I saw him walking around and I thought he was in the pro class. So I couldn't really figure out why he was behind me, but I let him by. Actually, didn't even realize that I was competing with him until after the race, and he was probably, well, yeah, he was most definitely one of the closest guys to me in this whole race. We passed back and forth a good bit, a lot off video as well. He ended up taking a spill either last lap or second to last lap, and that was kind of all she wrote right there, and ended up beating him by a little bit. But yeah, good ride, Mr. Russell. It was fun riding with you. I say that he's still in front of me right now, so. Jumping ahead. Still got Doug right there in front of me, and Bradley Chapman comes shooting by. He was on rails coming up that hill. Got a 252 stroke, definitely got some good power behind it. But yeah, coming into the last few minutes of the video here, if you've made it this far, really appreciate you. Hope you guys know I'm not making any money on this YouTube stuff. It's just, I don't know, I guess it's pretty cool. I've had a lot of people that tell me to keep making the videos, so I guess I'll keep doing it. It's definitely something cool to look back on in a couple years, to watch these videos and hear me talk about it, because I'm not going to remember a lot of this stuff at that point. I also have a lot of people telling me that they do like to watch the videos to check out the track if they're planning on going and they've never been there before. They'll check out a lap from my GoPro, kind of see what the terrain is like. Back behind Doug, I never hadn't passed him from the point where I let him by. Just trying to keep up with him. Coming back into this super sketchy rock section here. Some of the leaves are out of the way now, but it's still not the most fun part of the trail, that's for sure. Just noticed there was a spectator there standing leaning on a tree. Kind of stuff you don't see when you're riding. You got tunnel vision going down the trail. Coming up on the lap rider. Thank you, sir. Looks like Doug's got some traffic to deal with as well. Sometimes that'll help you catch up to somebody that you're trying to catch up to when they get held up by somebody slower. But yeah, this guy coming right back into the trail. He does not care. kind of saw this section a little bit earlier in the video. Pretty fun trying to snake down the hill. Maybe hard to see on the GoPro, but there's definitely some rough stuff in here, and sometimes the fastest way is to go around it. Not necessarily that I get to do that all the time. Sometimes you just kind of power through it. We got the hill climb once again. Super fun spot. You can't really see how steep it is on video, but this thing is insane. Definitely the most iconic part of this race. You notice it's kind of a kind of a two-step hill, and a lot of guys would, especially in the pro class, send it big time off the midsection there. Some cool videos on Instagram of that. And we got Bradley Chapman right in front of me, stalled his bike. He's going to take off pretty quickly. Doug McCarson doing a pit stop there on the right side, so we'll get back around him. Not really sure what place I am in at the moment. I will say that I did end the race in 4th place. Sometime after this point, we also had Dylan Cohen come by me. So that left Noah Tankersley up in the front, Dylan Cohen in 2nd, and we got Bradley Chapman right in front of me. He ended up 3rd. And then with me running up the top 4, rounding out the top 4, that makes more sense. Pull out the rider here, taking this good hotline, don't blame him. Thank you, sir. Got red and blue arrows on the trees. Big bike track's always red and white. Blue arrows for the mini bikes. Super minis, if you want to call them. After the first lap confusion, you recall a couple of places where some people went the wrong way, including me on the second one. All that was cleared up by this point. So no more commotion from going the wrong way unless you are just dumb enough to go the wrong way twice in a row. Last minute of the race here, of the last race of the year. So if you remember me talking earlier about the points battle between me and Noah Tankersley, like I said, he did end up getting the win today, and I got 4th, so he beat me by 4 points. Good job, Noah. Got the win for the year. I won a lot of races this year, 5 or 6, more towards the beginning and the middle. I guess towards the later half of the season, I wasn't winning as many. I'll do some riding this winter. And but yeah, that's the end of the video.